Okay, I'm going to ask you some questions. I want you to think. Those of you at home, I want you to think. Is tithing a part of the Mosaic law? Yes, it's a part of the Levitical. Tithing is a part of the Mosaic law, right? Well, first fruit is a part of the law too. Next question. The scripture says if you're going to do something by the law rather than doing it by faith, then operating by the law makes your faith void and the promise unnecessary. Could it be, is it possible that your stance on the law of tithing is the reason why you can't get blessed? I know that made me sound like I'm just lost my mind. But if you do something by the law, the promise is voided. Now, see, the only thing that's got you all years right now, because I've been teaching, and everybody in the world been teaching forever on this traditional way of giving, and wouldn't dare say what I just said because they don't know what else to say, because they don't understand grace-based giving. I know I'm right about it. I've been believing this for a long time. I was just trying to figure out how to tell y'all. If Paul is the standard by which the preaching of the grace is to be measured and judged, then we must examine what and how he taught on finances, what and how he taught on prosperity, and what and how he taught on giving. If we examine his writings closely, there are many grace truths to be learned in this area. Now, I know y'all think about a lot of things. Well, Abraham tithed, but there was no law requiring him to tithe. He did it out of his heart. He could have gave 15%. He gave a tenth of his spoils out of his heart. There was no requirement for him to do it. There was no law at that time of tithing. This was 400 years before the law was given, 400 some years before the law was given. So he didn't do it because he was required to, like most churches all teach us. He did it because it flowed out of his heart, because he started looking at what God has done. And he said, what can I do to bless he that has already blessed me? And out of his heart, he says, I know I'll give a tenth of all of my spoils. And with no law and no requirement, he did it. And then we took what Abram did and turned it and made it a part of the law of Moses. Y'all ain't gonna like me tonight. It's tight, but it's right. It's hard, but it's God. But I am going to show you what Jesus, through Paul, showed us. Now, by faith, how do we give? Now, by faith, how do we give? And then, by faith, get the promise. I could only teach at the time what I knew. Now I got enough boldness and guts to go against the flow of everybody else. I'm not afraid to stand alone or by myself because I have evidence and proof. Throughout the entire year of 2020, I never one time mentioned tithing. And we talked about giving out of your heart, giving out of worship, giving out of your heart. And the people I've talked to have prospered, and this ministry has prospered like I have never seen it before.